Hi friends, I'm here at the community garden. We are expecting our first frost tonight. We had the same warning a few weeks back, but it didn't happen. But it was really at the right temperature this morning, so I'm guessing tomorrow morning could be a frost. It reminds me that I challenged some of you to grow a certain amount of squash. Now people have been asking me if the challenge is still on. So yes, I guess I didn't really give a lot of rules about the challenge. All I wanted to know was who could grow the most amount of squash that you're actually gonna eat. And I said zucchinis count as squash. So if you have 30 zucchinis, 30 squash, you have 60. It's not about the different kinds, it's not about the size, it's about the quantities. And I said I was not going to be in a challenge because I am crazy about squash and zucchinis, and honestly I have over 120 zucchinis right now and probably just as much if not more squash. So it wouldn't be fair for all of you. Just kidding, maybe somebody out there will beat me anyway. So the winning prize was a t-shirt. Now I didn't start thinking about what the design's going to look like. It's probably just going to be like Rem's Family Farm Challenge, and that could be a good idea for the hashtag. The hashtag could simply be Rem's Family Farm Squash Challenge 2023, or don't put the 2023. I will put here the right hashtag for you to use, just so we can go and watch your video and see whoever was able to grow the most amount of squash and zucchinis. In my case, this is probably the last goodbye. I have a few ones here. This is probably the smallest one I've ever had. I'm probably going to eat it for snack tomorrow, but usually this is the size that, well, not even. They're usually a lot bigger than that because I like to have the big ones. But as you can see, my plants are starting to die off. I have a few squash here. They're usually more round. But, you know, it is what it is. I have a few potatoes there that a friend of mine, that's not my aisle, that's a friend of mine's aisle. And he told me I could come and harvest a few potatoes if I wanted to because it was just too much for them. So I'll grab a bag and harvest a good lunch, and won't worry about, harvesting too much. I still have some beans here that I didn't have time to harvest. Not that I didn't have time, it was just too much. And right now they're starting to turn brown, and I could still harvest them. They're still edible, but it's just like, all this here is beans. And honestly, I have about 60 mason jars of beans already. So I might have a few peppers here and there. I see a few ones there. They're small, but they still go well in the spaghetti sauce. Right here, I might have a few zucchinis here and there. Tomatoes, I don't think they're good anymore. I'm gonna have to pick this up. And it's very, very windy. It's getting close to the fall season. Well, it's actually the first day of fall today. And as you can see, some of my, oh, that's weird. I don't know if you saw the water coming out of there. That's pretty awesome. I don't think this one is still edible though. But I still have this. I have a few corns there, but something has been eating them. So I don't know what it is. It's probably either a deer or a raccoon. We've seen some deer tracks here. It's usually not something that we have a lot of, but whatever. I can harvest a few corn maybe just for the fun of it, even if I just give it to the chickens. And I will still have a few squash in there maybe, and should be pretty much done for the season here at least. I still have a few tomatoes at home in my greenhouse. They're not growing as well as I would hope, especially for tomatoes that are in a greenhouse. But I'm going moose hunting. We were supposed to go, we couldn't go, we're supposed to go. Whoever's been praying, I guess it worked, because, well, my uncle's not really doing better. but he wanted to go. He's well enough to go. The cancer that was stopping him from going slowed down. It's not as well. It is deadly. It's a cancer, but it's not gonna. It shouldn't affect him. They should have a surgery and be okay. So that's the good news. I was supposed to change job. I decided today that I was going to stay where I was. I'm sure some people were disappointed in that. Well, maybe two of them. The rest of the people, I mean, there's some co-workers that literally jumped crying in my arms. Those were tears of joy, so it made me feel very good. It's never easy to say goodbye, and well, I guess I won't have to do it. So I'm getting ready. Tomorrow is Friday. I had a bunch of stuff set up, a bunch of files that I had to close before I left. They're almost done now, so I'm gonna be able to finish that at least. And when I come back, I should be able to do the same thing. There's a lot of nice projects coming for me, which is one of the reasons I changed my mind. And yeah, next week I will bring you moose hunting. So maybe the next video, I don't know, the videos are all messed up by now. I have some that I filmed 2 weeks ago that are still not out. I have a video from the vacations we took as a family that's still not out there as well, so it might be all messed up. But anyway, at some point you will see this video, and at some point you will see the moose hunting video. I'm not shooting this year, which is good for, well, for moose, I guess, which is good for me as well, because there's more chance for me to get the moose in my freezer. I had to get a 4th freezer, by the way. Yeah, because the vegetables just keep coming. I can only can so much. Zucchinis and squash, I can't really can them all. And there's like the pig meat, there's going to be moose meat. I mean, the success rate is over 80%. If you remove the ones that are actually not going, the ones that don't care, the ones that have more than one tag, that might end up not worrying about the last few ones. You know, pretty much guaranteed to get one. There's been a lot of moose where we're going, like a lot. I mean, a lot. Like we see like a dozen per day. So we can shoot pretty much anything we want to. So we'll get whatever we feel like getting, I guess. Whatever we see is what we're gonna get. My dad doesn't really want to have much meat, so it's going to be my uncle and I. We're going to split that in two, and yeah, should be able to fill a 4th freezer. Plus we have a doe tag, my brother and I, for deer, so I needed a 4th freezer. Now I'm going to harvest all the squash. Don't remember, Rem's Family Farm Squash Challenge 2023. Whoever has the most squash grown, squash and zucchini, will win a t-shirt. Take care. Bye.